Across the Western Pacific. Let's talk about the tropics today. Now, the good news, we don't really have anything forming out in the tropics, but we do have a cold surge we're going to talk about that's going to bring gale force conditions from Okinawa to Taiwan to the Philippines. But a far cry from what we were looking at a year ago today as we were picking up the pieces following Super Typhoon Odette, also known as Rai internationally. And I know a lot of you that are watching these updates today started watching after that storm hit, just bringing the devastation from northeastern Mindanao all through Visayas. Cebu took a big hit there, all the way out towards Palawan. So big thanks for everybody who continues to watch after that. I know that a lot of you still have impacts a year later from that storm system. What I can say is a big thanks for everybody on Patreon who continues to support this channel and make these updates possible. So hopefully in the future we can help warn you guys if we do have another storm system coming. But the good news, there's not one today. That's the good news. Things pretty quiet out there across the tropics. We have those easterlies continuing to dominate. Pulling back the bigger picture, you know, we're looking back towards the north. Basically, this high pressure back over eastern China, extending down through Okinawa. It's going to break off and kind of push towards the south. And what's going to happen, that will bump up against our warmer easterlies here. And watch that. Look at those gradient-induced winds as we go ahead through our weekend here into the early part of next week. Those winds continue to kick on through. This is Sunday over towards Monday. Shear line's going to be setting up, pushing across northern areas of the Philippines. You can see that line right there passing by Manila here on Monday, even over towards Tuesday, drifting a little bit further towards the south, extending through southern Luzon. Going to be looking at those gale force conditions. Could be seeing some pretty decent thunderstorms mixed in there as well as it all kicks off and pushes towards the south and east. And then watch this, by Wednesday, a second area of low pressure is going to develop southeast of Okinawa and kick off yet another cold surge. So we're not having tropical systems, but for sure some gale force conditions kicking through from the north there, bringing decent showers to northern Luzon. It's getting a lot of that stratiform gale force stuff. We're talking about 50, maybe 60 kilometer per hour winds in northeastern Luzon as this kicks on through. And once again, that shear line that is going to be setting up into the Manila area, southern Luzon, northern Visayas. So could be seeing some pretty decent thunderstorms kicking up out of that as well. And this is just looking at those rainfall total accumulations. Yeah, it really gives you an idea of where that precip will be. Northeastern Luzon, southeastern Luzon, eastern Visayas from Leyte, Samar, even eastern areas of Mindoro. The higher elevations there can help squeeze out some moisture. And then we're talking about the cold surge and the wave action. Boy, the northern coast of Okinawa, Ishigaki, take a look at northern Taiwan, all the way down towards northern Vietnam. That is just a potent leading edge. And you know, the leading edge of these waves right here is where that shear line will be. That's where those winds are cruising on down and slamming into the tropics. Now the good news, let's say I'm a tropical wave out here and I'm just puttering along, la 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 la. Basically, when you get this wave action and those leading edge of those winds, that is a lot of vertical wind shear, a lot of cold air that would just absolutely destroy any potential for tropical cyclone development. So once again, no real worries out there as far as organized tropical systems, but yeah, you know, these cold surges, they're no joke. They can pack a punch, especially the leading edge shear line could actually produce some pretty decent thunderstorms that could have isolated short time heavy rainfall out here. So some good impacts nonetheless with this. So yeah, that's a look at your 3-day into Manila. Look, watch the winds pick up here on Sunday, up to 21 miles per hour, even there for you. So it's going to be kicking on through, packing a little bit of a punch. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. As always, truly appreciate your feedback. Got another update going on for what's going on in Japan with a heavy snowfall there. The same surge just putting in some big old sea effect snow across most of Honshu and Hokkaido.